And we are so happy to have Joe Eskridge in the studio with us. Welcome in, Joe.
Hey, Mickey.
It is great to have you with us. We have the pleasure of his guitar along with him He's going to strum along for us, and we're going to talk to him and find out what he has been up to lately. He's got a new CD that will be dropping soon. I have some great new music that we've been playing, so you can hear it here first on WTRB. And we're going to talk to him about the album. The album is titled Runway, I believe. Right, Joe?
That's right. It is the title of the album is Runway. It will be available August 1st. Hopefully. I talked to disc makers, the people who are producing it, and we had a little delay, but it should be here by the end of next week, so it'll be available August 1st. You can go ahead and pre-order online, actually, at joeeskridgemusic.com. I have T-shirts as well as the CD available to order online now if you want to, and I'll have the orders sitting in the queue waiting for the CDs to get here. But the album is, it's called Runway, and it's called Runway because of a song that I had written about 6 or 8 months ago about the air base at Halls, Tennessee. And when I wrote the song, I'd always wanted to write something for the air base out there, or for our town anyway, something meaningful. Or to me, anyway. And so when I wrote this song, and I played it for a couple of friends and my wife and I got to talking. We thought it might be fun if we were able to put a CD together someday to do it as a fundraiser for the Veterans Museum, because I think those people out there do a lot of good work that sometimes gets kind of overshadowed, and we kind of take for granted that it's out there sometimes. And so anyway, you'll have to stop me, Mickey, because I will just talk and talk and talk.
No, it's very interesting, and I'm glad you do this. I wanted you to tell us about how you wrote the song. I thought that was interesting to read about. You watched the movie.
Oh, okay. Well, I have 2 older sons that live in Murfreesboro with their mom, and we share custody. So I spent a lot of time on Interstate 40 driving back and forth to be with my older sons. And so sometimes the road gets boring, and I will sort of search YouTube and just look for things to listen to as I'm driving. So I found one day the audio for the movie 12 O'Clock High, which is a movie produced, I think, in the late 40s. It's got Gregory Peck in it. And it's a really, really good movie that depicts, I think, accurately what those men must have gone through, being up in the B-17, flying those missions over the European theater. And as I was driving along and watching the plot of the story unfold, or listening to it rather, I was just thinking, man, they just don't build stuff like that anymore, or men either like that anymore. And so when I popped into my head, I pulled over and I typed it into the phone and said, remember that, we're going to write this song tonight when we get home. So I got home,
inspired you,
and I wrote it. Yeah,
that's. I was reading this about Germany and World War II, and I mean that you can just see the Veterans Museum.
Yes.
So I think that's a really cool story that inspired you to write this song, and we're going to hear it in a little while. But anyway, go ahead. It's the Veterans Museum that you're dedicating this to.
They are to be the benefactor of all the sales related to the T-shirts and the CD. Miss Patricia Higdon, who is the curator of the museum, was my high school history teacher. So we've had a long-standing relationship, and there's just nobody that works harder for our community than she does and has over the years. And to hopefully be able to help out a little bit will mean a lot to me selfishly, to be able to say that we were able to keep the doors open and keep the lights on to that place. If we do our part, then I'm happy.
Well, I mean, I think it's wonderful of you to do this, because it's your time, your effort, your money, and this is all done from you, your heart, and I think you've produced a great CD. The T-shirts are awesome. I love the T-shirts.
Thank you.
I got a T-shirt a while ago. So they are great, and they must be very grateful to you, too, for your efforts.
Well, they're they've been very nice. And, you know, selfishly, I don't play golf, and I don't shoot guns a lot, and I'm scared to get a fish off the hook. So I don't have a hobby that's really you know, I spend a lot of time on, except for writing songs. And so that's what I enjoy doing, and to be able to take something that's a hobby to me and be able to hopefully do something good with it, that means a lot to me. Of course, 3 years ago, I did an album called Lines that you guys thankfully play a lot. Thank you very much for that.
We do have that. And yeah, go ahead.
We were able to, I thought it was a bucket list thing where I was just going to get to do an album one time in my life, and it would be check it off my bucket list and move on to the next thing. Well, we were able to take that one and do something for St. Jude. So we raised $5,000 in 2012 for St. Jude. So I'm hoping that people will be as nice as they were last time and help us get this money raised for the Veterans Museum.
I think you're on the right track, and especially knowing that the Veterans Museum is solely funded on donations.
That's right.
So that's great. And it is great music.
Well, thank you.
So can we listen to a little of it? Would
Yes.
you like to? Let's do it. He is live in the studio right now, and you go ahead.
There's a song that I wrote with a friend of mine named Mike Cool after the birth of my third son, whose name is Lyric. And my wife and I tried for several years to have children, and we didn't have any luck. And so luckily for us, my wife was strong enough and wise enough to realize that she and I needed to surrender it to God. So we did. And 7 days later, we got contacted by a lady who had been presented with a set of circumstances where she was able to make our dream come true, and that was to bless us with Lyric. So this is, she's a local lady. Everybody locally at least knows the story. Her name is Tabitha, and she's a lifelong member of our family for what she did for us. So this is a song about two mothers who prayed and got their prayers answered. My wife thought I was sleeping one night when I heard her talking to God. She said, "Please, Lord, I'm down on my knees, even though I know it's against all odds. We need a miracle to happen. Please, Jesus, do what you do. All of my hope and faith I've put in you, and because a mother prayed, you are here in my arms, and I promise I will do my best to keep you safe from harm. It may not have happened the old-fashioned way, but we were blessed because a mother prayed." When we met the girl that brought you into the world, I had no idea what to expect that day. She said she explored the options, and she felt adoption was the answer when she prayed. God, I need a miracle to happen. Please, Jesus, do what you do. All of my hope and faith I've put in you, and because a mother prayed, you are here in my arms, and I promise I will do my best to keep you safe from harm. It may not have happened the old-fashioned way, but we were blessed because a mother prayed. You'll get the life that you deserve, brought up in our faith and raised in the Word, because a mother prayed, because a mother prayed. My wife thought I was sleeping one night when I heard her talking to God.
Fantastic. That was
Thank you.
Really wonderful.
Thank you.
Was really good. And I might add that is on the CD.
That is correct. That's one of the songs that's on the CD. That's a song that I get to share with our testimony at some of the local churches over the last year. So I never miss a chance to try to tell that story.
It's an incredible story. I heard that yesterday, and I was really touched. That was great. So that's one of the songs. That's one of the great songs on the CD. There are 9 really good ones coming out, hopefully August the 1st.
August the 1st.
And again, this is for the Veterans Museum. Now, they are having a big event in August. Wings Overhaul.
That is correct. We will be actually at the air show as well. The ladies from the Vox Prop will allow us to set up in the tent there with them, and we will have CDs and T-shirts available there as well. If you want me to sign it or anything like that, I know it sounds cheesy, but cool. Some people are nice enough to ask. But we'll be glad to sign them. We'll be glad to visit. We'd love to visit. We would love for you to stop by there and let us know what you think about it if you've already gotten it. So the air show, I think, is August the 8th.
Yeah.
And I think they're just doing it one day this year.
Yes.
Right?
One day.
And so don't miss that chance to see the show. It's amazing every year. It's fun every year. And folks work awfully, awfully hard to make our community shine during that time. So I hope you'll show up.
I've always heard good things, and my son has always gone with a friend, and I've been somewhere else, but I've always heard good things about Wings Overhauls.
It is, it's phenomenal, and the further along in life we get, and the further away from World War II we get, and it's part of the reason why I wrote the song, and it means so much to me, is in these days that we're in, where everything is moving so fast, and there's so much turmoil in the world and in the country. Looking back on that generation and what they did to provide this life for us that we seem to be squandering away in a lot of ways sometimes, that's the reason why I really want people to listen to the song.
Well, Joe, I think you've done a wonderful job. Outstanding. And if you have anything else you would like to add, go ahead.
Well, let's see. I would like to, of course, I want you to go and pre-order online today, if you will, at joeeskridgemusic.com. And I'll get them sent out to you as soon as they get here. Locally, the CDs will be available and some T-shirts will be available. At H&A is cooperating with us. Key Corner, Exxon in Halls is cooperating. The Veterans Museum will have them available. Elaine, Austin's Jewelry and Boutique will have them. And they'll be available at Hastings in Dyersburg as well. So I hope I'm not leaving anybody out, but I know those are the ones right offhand that I know will have them. And, of course, I'll bring some here to the radio station if anybody wants to come by the radio station as well.
We'll be happy to have them here at WTRB and, I don't know, possibly the Chamber.
Yes, I will have some. I visited with those nice ladies yesterday, and I'll have some there as well.
Okay, so do you have a phone number you would like to give out for more info? Sometimes people remember a number.
Let's see. Well, of course, on Facebook, we're not friends. I sure hope that you will make me your friend or ask me so I can get information to you that way on Facebook. Or if you want to call the store at 731-836-9290, that's Key Corner. That's where I am most of the day and night. But We can get you some information there as well. And of course, online through the website, just go to the Contact Us tab and send me an email, and I'll get right back to you, I promise.
And if all else fails, call Mickey at WTRB.
Please do, because she's super nice.
635-1570, and I'll be happy to pass along any information that I can. Or you can email us, 1570wtrb@gmail.com. So there's several ways that you can find out. And don't forget, that's August the 8th, the Wings Overhauls at the Veterans Museum, and joeeskridgemusic.com, and you can always visit him at Key Corner in Halls.
I'll be glad to sell you a chicken leg.
I like the hush puppies on a Friday. Oh, thanks so much, Joe. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you, Mickey. Thanks.
And I'm going to play, this next song is the one that is dedicated to the Veterans Museum. Don't build them like that anymore. Here is Joe.